Some people think your success is measured by the amount of intelligence you have. Life has taught me it's not about that. It's about working hard towards your goal, never quitting until you get there. Don't stop till you get there. Let's pass. Hello, hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today we have a special guest. We have Navy Councilor Miguel Rivera. He's going to be talking to us about his current job, his MOS. We do these type of things so you can benefit and know more about different careers, in this case in the Navy, in case you are trying to pursue a career in the Navy. And so, Miguel, how are you?
Hi, Fernando. How are you doing? Thanks for having me here to explain a little bit of what we do in the Navy.
Yes. I forgot to say before we start that everything we say is for learning purposes. It doesn't mean that specifically that's going to be your experience. He's going to talk about his personal experience in the Navy, his MOS, his experience. Other people might have different experiences. And ultimately, you always also have to talk to the Navy recruiter, do your own research to make your own decisions. I'm not affiliated to the Navy. I just help people pass the test. And that's why we're doing this, mainly because most of my students are going to benefit from this. So how long have you been in the Navy, Mr. Rivera?
I have been in the Navy for 12 years already. Looking forward to finish my 20-year mark. So I got 8 to go.
You're not going to go beyond?
It all depends. It all depends. But as of right now, I would like to stay at 20. Let's see. It all depends on how much I can advance in rank and all that stuff.
That's awesome. How old are you?
I'll be 42 here shortly, May 20th. So I joined the Navy when I was 49.
Okay. So you would be retiring around what age?
49, 50.
Oh, that's very, very young to be retired. That's really good. So I know you have 3 MOS. Today we're going to specifically talk about the Navy Councilor MOS. But without going into detail, what is your primary MOS?
So my primary MOS right now, my rate, how we call it in the Navy, is Navy Councilor. Is Navy Councilor. So I'm in charge of all the recruiting operations since the applicant comes to the office to receive an orientation, all the way until they pass all the process, complete all the process, and they are ready to ship to boot camp.
Okay, so you basically handle everything, but that's as a counselor, you said?
Yes. Yeah, so what we do is like, we just explain every program that we have in the Navy to our applicants. Based on their scores, they receive different opportunities to join the Navy with different jobs, right?
Okay.
With different careers. So we explain the career paths that they might be taking in order, once they join, based on their score. And obviously, once they pass the medical exam, which is a very important portion of the process.
I just learned something. I thought the recruiter did that, but that is a Navy counselor who specializes in guiding them the correct way.
Yes. So people from different rates comes to recruiting. Previously, I came to recruiter as a machinist mate. That was my first job in the Navy. Okay. So I was able to cross-rate and change my job, my primary job, from machinist mate to Navy counselor. Perfect. So this is what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my career.
There's, unless something occurs, but almost sure you're going to be doing this.
Hopefully, yes. Hopefully we stay on this career path. I mean, it's really good to be able to help people. So
that brings me to my next question. Why did you select to become a Navy counselor?
Like I said, I joined when I was 29 out of Puerto Rico. So, at that time, I was going through a lot of financial hardships. I have a family, lost my job, joined the Navy, and the Navy gave me a lot of tools and training, and I've been able to excel and become a better person, better sailor, and I want everybody to have the opportunity to receive the same benefits. So when the opportunity came for orders, I decided to come to Puerto Rico to do a recruiting tour, and I've been pretty successful so far. So they asked me, it's like, are you interested on crossing rate? I mean, you seem like you're the type of guy that like this type of work. And I was waiting almost for a year, debating, okay, what I'm going to do. Do I really want to stay here? Do I really want to go back to the ship? So then I made my decision, and here we are.
So that brings me to my other question. It's like if you know what I'm about to ask. So you talk about your transition to this rate, Navy counselor. What education concerning of civil education or civilian education or what or a specific score in the ASVAB? What do you need to become a Navy counselor?
So a Navy counselor is the rate that you cannot join as a civilian. All right, you have to be in the Navy for at least 5 years. You have to be an E5. You can be an E4 if you get a recommendation from your captain to come to recruiting. You can come to recruiting as an E4, but normally people come to recruiting as an E5. Basically, you go to a school for a recruiting training. Basically, this is like a human resources job.
Okay, similar to human resource.
Yeah, basically, we interview the people, we see their needs, and we show them what we have in order to help them with their needs.
That makes sense because if somebody joins the Navy and goes directly to Navy counselor, well, you don't have that experience. That it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and you need to have some type of maturity to and experience in the Navy in order to explain how the Navy works, and at least seeing other MOSs, being on the ship, so you can explain how the ship's life works, and so forth.
Navy counselor is just for people, helping people who are going to join. Are there Navy counselors for people who are already in the military?
We have Navy counselors that they work out of the ships.
Okay.
But they're more for like career path. They are in charge of re-enlisting documents, separation for people who are, completed their program, their contract, and want to transition to the civilian life or into the reserve program. So they are the ones that take care of that paperwork, or if they got some re-enlistments with bonuses, they are the ones who get all that taken care of in order to have a smooth transition for the process.
How long was this training to become a Navy counselor? How long was that? Is it called A school, or is it?
Well, when you're already in the Navy, you go. Your A school is the first school that you go right after you graduate from boot camp. So it will be a C school. It's what we call a C school. So I went to that school for 2 months.
2 months.
We just learned the basics of the programs that we use for all the database and how to do the forms and how to approach and talk to people, having the right appearance or the right language.
Oh, so they also go into the correct language, the correct appearance. They go more into that detail. How to address. Okay, that's important. I didn't know that.
Yes.
I didn't know that. I know you have to have a good appearance and you have to express yourself well, but I didn't know that they were like telling you how it actually is.
Think about it. We are the first contact that they have with the military.
I get you.
I mean, probably they know or they have relatives in the military, but when you are doing that process, I mean, we are the first point of contact. So obviously we want to look sharp in our uniform, good haircuts, all that.
Makes sense.
And obviously knowing how to express yourself, and you need to know the programs in order to explain to our applicants.
From like me, I studied to become a mathematics teacher, and in civilian life, I said I learned in university, but I really learned when I started doing it, when I started teaching students in high school. So bringing that to you, from going from the C school to actually putting it into practice, was it easy? Was it difficult? How was that transition?
I mean, it's different from every person. Some people are shy. Some people like to talk. It's all about personality.
I get you.
You got to be natural. In order to be successful in this career. If you are the type of person that don't like to be around, then recruiting might not be for you. But recruiting is really good for your career. It's one of those 3 most important billets that we have in the Navy.
Okay, so basically you would say that it's recommended for people who have people skills or for people who want to develop people skills because you
Yes.
also can develop it, but you
Yeah,
have to have
definitely.
that willingness to want to do it. If you're kind of like an antisocial person who doesn't want to talk to people, it's not for you.
Yeah, but you can develop those
Yeah.
skills. When I went to school, I had some people that they were really shy, and I kept in touch with them, and they're doing really good in recruiting. I mean, you also, once you get to your command and you start working, we do training every month. So you keep on receiving
Oh,
training, then
okay.
you will meet people who has been in recruiting for 8, 10 years. You know,
That
so
they might
you
be
keep
groups
you
if you have
keep
trouble.
receiving and you keep learning. When I got here to Puerto Rico, I was brand new, obviously, but I have people here who has been in the island for 10 years, 11 years. So I started picking their brains, finding what tools make them successful, and I created my own style.
You kind of covered this, but what would you say is your main responsibility as a Navy counselor?
For me, this is very, very, very personal.
Okay, because
For
some other person might have a different responsibility, but in your case, in your scenario, what is your main responsibility?
my responsibility is like our applicants get to know and understand what they're getting into. Uh, Joining the military is a life-changing event, and they come with a lot of questions. And my biggest responsibility is to answer those questions. I want them to understand and be clear on how their life is going to change, and if they use the programs that we have in place, they will be successful. They need to adapt. So that's what I try to break it down to them. Okay, once you get to boot camp, once you come to boot camp, you have a one type of mentality. But once you leave boot camp, you are a different person, and you're gonna see life from a different perspective. And that's the way I like to break it down, because once it's not like you're different. It changed. You change. As a person, you're gonna have some growth being out there, being independent. I mean, especially for the young kids right now, they're gonna become independent. They're gonna be away from their family. Break down, you know, different scenarios that they might encounter. You
Yeah,
know, like
I'm
buying their first vehicle or all that kind of stuff,
yeah.
doing adult things.
Yeah, yeah, because sometimes people are very young when they enlist, and bringing to that topic, um, I deal with a lot of people, obviously, who want to join because I help people pass the test, and some of the people have this perception that when they go to the office, the recruiting office, that they're gonna trick them and they're gonna like hide the job they want or something like that. And it's good that we're having this conversation because I didn't know that it was basically such a good orientation that you guys give them. In this case, a Navy counselor to help them with where they're gonna go, how they're gonna transition. Because a lot of people have that perception that you probably know because you've dealt with people sometimes
Definitely.
people sometimes call me, hey, my recruiter tells me that I can only take one of these jobs. Can you get another recruiter so he can check if another? And I'm like, you know, that doesn't work. They're not hiding. They're not hiding different jobs, and they're not trying to trick you.
No, we're not. I mean, they got to understand, every job comes with availability.
Oh,
So that we already have scheduled RTC, what I mean with that boot camp, right? So once you join, you already have a graduation date for boot camp, and your school is already in place. You already have a date to start your school. So yes, we have RTC running throughout the whole year, but depending on the length of the school, then you have the job availability. Because if you, let's say, nuclear engineering, the path is almost 18 months. So we have different classes running. So that's why we have different dates for shipping to boot camp based on the dates of the schools and all type of stuff.
yeah, I get it. It's like I always say it's like a big organization, and somebody might qualify to be what I'm thinking of an MOS rate. Give me a rate, example.
It could be electrician's mate. You might qualify for an electrician's mate.
And that's
The
not
job
available.
and the job might not be available. You can have other options and join. And if the job comes available while you're still in the program, meaning before shipping to boot camp, we can change your job and get you that one, but it has to be is based on your scores,
And
the
availability.
results on the medical exam as well, and the availability.
Yes. I always say you have to have your plan A, your plan B, your plan C. You can't be just fixated in one thing.
When I talk to the applicants and I try to have them to select 5 different rates. That way we can have different options.
I understand.
The good thing about the Navy is like we have technical jobs. So most of our jobs translate into a profession on the civilian side. So it's a win-win.
So we kind of said people skills, but any other skill or ability you think somebody must possess to become a Navy counselor?
Be an inspirational leader. I mean, you need to be a good leader, and you need to be a positive person in order to empower people and make them believe in themselves. A lot of people come in here and they don't know what they want. They don't know if they're going to be capable of doing it. And you really need to believe in your organization, in what you do, in order to empower them.
I understand.
So yeah, being a positive person is a big trade on this line of work.
And as a Navy counselor, what is a typical day for you? Like you start work at what time? You turn on off the phone, nobody can call me, or
Well, I try to pick up every phone call that I receive. Even you have called me on a Saturday or text me on a
Sunday, yeah.
Sunday.
Luckily, I'm
and,
asking him a question. Yeah, I have.
and I always try, do my best to answer and reply and get to people. I try to do it because people have needs. And I remember when I joined the Navy, I went to that station because I have some needs. I have to fulfill some needs for my family. So I want to be that type of recruiter that is always helping people. My day start very early. I like to go work out in the morning. If I have a PT session, a physical training session with the future sailors, I do it between 6 to 7 in the morning. We go to the track. We work out for hour and a half. Then I, go home, get changed, go to the office. I'm at the office by 9 in the morning, picking up phone calls, talking to people who are already in the program, trying to move dates for people. If you join and they give you a date for September, but you are on a financial hardship and you need to go early to boot camp, my job is to try to find that date in order to get you what you need. I mean, talking to people all day, receiving phone calls from left and right, calling the maps, verifying status on applicants who are in the process, sending a lot of documentation, doing tattoo waivers, dependency waivers. It's hectic, but at the end of the day, it's very uh, you feel accomplished when you get home because you're helping.
What do you like most about being a Navy counselor?
Being able to change people's lives because you are not only impacting that person, the whole family. His whole environment is going to change. And when probably Seaman Timmy is out there at boot camp or he already graduated from A school, I might be doing grocery shopping and see their family, and they approach me and they talk to me, and oh man, he's doing so good, so well. Thank God that he's out of here and he's becoming a better person. He's doing good. I mean, that's a great feeling.
Okay.
I am an instrument of change. Basically, that's how I see it.
So I have to ask a question. To be a Navy counselor, you first have to be a recruiter or not?
I was a recruiter. So as an MM, I did recruiting for 4 years as a machinist mate, and then I put my conversion package. Some people, so normally Navy counselors are the supervisors of the station.
Okay.
The one in charge of the recruiters. So, but you can go from being if you are a really really good recruiter, you can you can change your rate straight, and you don't have to fill the supervisor position. I have seen it. I mean, it's recommended for you to go through all positions because once you become a Navy counselor, then you're going to be in charge of all the recruiters. So it's better to have that experience. So normally, in my case, I was a good recruiter here in the San Juan office, and when the opportunity to become what we call LPO, leading petty officer, to be in charge of the station. One opening came up in Caguas, and then I transferred over to Caguas. So I moved down to the Caguas area to live down there, and I started my journey in 2018.
And going back to the topic, it just popped up into my head to ask that question. What do you least like about being a Navy counselor? Anything that you don't like? I made you smile.
Yes, I mean, when one of the other reasons that I decided to become a Navy counselor, I always been a hands-on person. So when I was on the ship, I was working. I was a mechanic. I was always in the engine room fixing or breaking things, you know. So I was never at the office dealing with any admin, any paperwork.
So it's a complete change.
Yes. So as you rank up in the military, you know, your responsibilities change. So once you start going up in ranks, you're going to be in charge of people. So you got to make sure if they have any pay issues, you got to be able to handle that, report it to the right people in admin and all that. So it was a challenge for me. As you go in rank, you always going to have to deal with paperwork. So me not being the one that loved that the most, I have to put myself in that uncomfortable position. And, you know, I start working with a pencil, a pen, paper, computer. So that's how I really developed those skills because I didn't have them.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So
So in order to be good at something or become better, you have to put yourself on that position. You got to get out of the comfort zone, and that was a big reason why I also decided to give a try to the recruiting program.
So a lot of students or people I have who are going to join the military ask me is how the career they choose is related to after joining the military. Do you when you give your orientation, do you kind of also tell them what do you go beyond just joining the Navy, or you just specifically stick with the Navy? Or for example, you know what I'm trying to refer to?
Yes, yes. So, I mean, let's say a person joins the Navy and interested on aviation, being an aviation mechanic. So, yes, we explain it to him what his duty and responsibilities are going to be in the Navy. But also, I always touch the subject. Hey, and I always ask them, are you planning to do the military as a career, or you just want to use the military for a couple of years to put on your resume? So when they break it down, then if they answer that they want to get out, I mean, eventually they're going to get out,
Yeah.
whether they finish a contract or retire. But yes, I always try to break it down to them. You know, all the certifications that you receive from the Navy, you can use them in the civilian side. So you can be an aviation mechanic with any company. You can work for an airline, you can work for FedEx, you can work for UPS, for the post office. You know, they all have planes. So I try to break it down to if you are a mechanic in the Navy, like a machinist mate, you can go work for a power plant. You can go work for a water treatment plants. You can work with air conditioning system, with hydraulic system. So there's plenty of companies out there that they hire prior service members.
With those skills.
Yeah, with those skills, definitely.
Um, and specifically as a Navy counselor, let's say you don't, let's say after you finish Navy counseling, what career fields do you think you could find a job in related to Navy counseling?
I mean, I can go and be a headhunter for a company in those lines. Uh, my plans after the
Find,
Navy, I
headhunter
don't
means
know.
find
Yeah, being a
employees.
recruiter for a company,
Okay,
you know, your company, like the ones that work with LinkedIn and all that, they're reaching out to people who are getting out of the military. Hey, you know, we have this certain type of companies and we offering these jobs in these type of areas. Is basically being a recruiter.
I was thinking that with this experience, you could probably also lead teams, manage
Well, yes,
teams.
definitely. I mean, you can manage teams. You can work on sales. Now, do I want to do this
Uh,
when I get out of the military? I'm not
and
sure. My background is different. I used to be in the construction business. I like mechanics, so I don't know where the Navy is going to take me. You know, where I'm going to go after the Navy. Honestly, I got
okay.
years to go, so not sure where I'm heading. But these all these tools and you know, all this training, yeah, of course, I mean, you become a better leader, and you see things, and you're capable of making decisions that the typical person might not be able to.
Mhm.
And you know, you learn how to uh, make decisions under pressure. So not everyone is comfortable with those responsibilities.
Yeah. But that's the beauty of having, when you finish your 20 years, you're gonna have your pension, your retirement, and then you can either enjoy your family or you can pursue a passion. Something like maybe you're passionate about real estate and you want to find deals. So yeah, it's like, at least for me, when I retire, I'm not gonna stop doing what I do because I love it. I'm not. I'm just gonna keep. I like doing what I feel I'm retired already because I came from giving class in a classroom to helping people all around the world. It's just I like it. I don't know. I'm just 36. I'll let you guys know when I'm about 45, 50. If my mind changed, but I think I'm gonna do this till I die. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean, it's a great feeling. You know, you feel accomplished, and you feel like you're opening doors for people. You're helping them to open doors for themselves. You
yeah,
know, every time I see a person that advanced in rank in the Navy and they contact me, I mean, it makes me feel very happy about them, because I keep in touch with a lot of people that I have put in the Navy. Like, they always reach out to me, because for me, this relationship don't stop once you get on that plane. I'm a mentor, and I can talk to you, and people call me for advice. Hey, you know, I'm planning to buy a house, and I try to break it down, the pros and cons of buying or renting or buying a vehicle. Okay, make sure you go to a place and you don't go by yourself, because you know, car dealerships can get you an APR really high just because you're in the military. So you need to know certain things in order to. Yeah, and I really enjoy that part of the job. You know, I really found that I really like this job. You know, I really like to be that resource that I can help people out. You know,
yeah.
that's
There's a great feeling in liking what you do.
I don't see it at work as
Yeah.
work anymore. You know, I wake up in the morning, let's get ready. You know, you got some days that you got some external things going on in your life, but once I get into the office, you know,
Yeah.
I'm for the people. So
What related field to this field that you're a Navy counselor would you consider that other people should investigate? Any other position that you consider is similar?
I mean, at some point, when you become a leader, you're going to address people. So in this line of work, you're going to address and talk to a lot of people. But for me, the Navy is not what you do.
Mm,
For me, the Navy is what you want for yourself. I have met a lot of people that they're really successful as mechanics, computer techs, because they want to be the best, you know. And whatever your goal is, you can accomplish that, no matter your rating. I met uh, a master chief, you know, E9 in the Navy. He worked at the White House during the Clinton administration, and he was a cook. He was a Navy cook. He ranked up so high that he worked at the White House for 8 years. So the room for growth, there's no ceiling. I
yeah.
mean, if you are willing to excel, you're gonna go
It's a
far.
I have a family member who's really successful, an uncle, and I often ask him for advice. And one time I was talking to him, he said, "It doesn't matter what you do, it matters that you try to be the best at doing that. Like if you mow lawns, you don't do it like you don't do it like 20%, 30% to just do it. You try to do the best job possible. Whatever you do, you cut hair, you do the best job because that talks about you and about who you are. And yeah, I get what you mean that you're gonna keep growing if you do things the best possible. And always, I think people should be willing to learn. Sometimes people miss opportunities because they think, oh, I can't do this or I can't do that, and they limit themselves.
Yeah, and you need to have passion for what you do. You know,
Yes. Uh,
if you're not passionate about what you do, you might be in the wrong area.
okay, so how does your job, your Navy counselor rate affect your lifestyle? Would you say, does it affect you in any way?
I'm always on the phone.
Always on the phone.
So yeah, I'm always on the phone. So a lot of times I'll go out for dinner with the family. Phone rings, I'm going to answer that phone. I always get recruiting cards with me. I might go to a restaurant and I see the waitress. So hey, it's my Navy card. Have you thought about the military? Have you thought about doing something different in your life? So I'm always, most of the time, I am recruiting most of the time. So yes, it, it becomes your nation, if we
Okay,
can call it.
perfect, perfect. So it does affect your life because you choose it to affect your life. Because I'm
Yeah,
sure
exactly.
a lot of people, because at least I've had good experience. Most of the recruiters I meet, or in your case, you're a Navy counselor, uh, uh, they're committed. Many of I haven't met any recruiter I would that's not committed to the you know obviously
The mission, yeah.
there's different levels, but at least the ones I met when I was in Puerto Rico, like, and obviously he said it himself, I do bother him sometimes. A student might ask me, hey, does having this condition disqualify me? And I'm like, let me ask Rivera, and I'll ask him, and he answers at 1 a.m., 2 a.m. I thought I was special. Now I know that he answers to everybody. Yes, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. So would you do this all over again? Would you have changed anything? First MOS, would you have changed anything?
I would not change anything. I joined the military at 29, like I said before. You know, I could have been retired if I would have joined earlier, but I think I joined at the military at the right moment. You know, I was mature to make good decisions, uh, trying to stay away from trouble. Uh, I have a different vision. You know, most people join at 18, 19 is their first time out of the house. So I already tried the civilian sector before I joined. So I already knew what to expect, but most importantly, I already knew what I wanted, what I want to achieve. I want to where I want to go in life. I really like the machinist made job. I loved it. Um, you know, coming here to recruiting in 2016, I started working from the same desk I got recruited at the old San Juan office. So when I sat down and I saw myself, you know, I started thinking at home, but I was sitting in the other side of the desk. I was inside the desk. What I would say 8 years before, I was on the other side of the desk, you know, and then you realize, I mean, I would not change a thing.
Right, right. So what advice would you give, being that you are a Navy counselor? What advice would you give somebody who's planning to join the Navy, um, and is unsure on the rate he wants to select?
I give this advice to every person that comes to my office, whether they want to join the Navy or the military. You know, do your homework. Uh, we all work for Department of Defense. Most of our benefits are the same. Make sure that's the branch that you want. The Navy is not for everyone. The Army is not for everyone. You know, you need to find the right fit for you. And you feel that. I mean, in my opinion, you feel that when you get that connection with the recruiter. Get that vibe going and see how you feel when you talk to the person. It's all about that. It's all about how you can, if the recruiter can relate to your situation, you know, how approachable is the person. But I mean, yes, I asked them, I mean, do your homework, verify everything, all your benefits, how you advance, uh, what can you do after the Navy with the rate or the MOS if you are in any other branch, you know, where can you go after that? Like I said, it's a life-changing event. So you got to make sure that you are in the right place. We'll train you. You know, you will be trained and you will learn and you will get the skills, but you want to be where you want to be, you know?
I am gonna put Navy Counselor First Class Miguel Rivera's contact information in the YouTube description. It's very important. He's taking out of his time to give us this kind of day in the life explanation of how is his rate. as a Navy counselor. And remember, this is just his experience. Other people might have different experiences, but this is just to help you know more about that current rate. I would appreciate it. We would appreciate it if you would give a like, a comment, and share it in your Facebook or social media. You never know who this video could reach, that it could be a change in their life. Miguel, I appreciate your time, really. Anything else you want to say before we leave?
No, man. Thank you for give me the opportunity to be on your platform. It's been good to reach out to a lot of people who might have questions and they have never been able to talk to a Navy recruiter. Do your research, find them on Navy.com. You put your zip code, find the nearest recruiting station, go there, talk to them. Do your homework. That's all I gotta say.
And for the people who want to reach you, specifically, you stick to Puerto Rico, or if
yes. In order for if any person have a question, they can call.
Okay.
And I can answer their questions. But for processing in Puerto Rico, you got to be here. So yes.
I know you said call. I prefer text. Never call me. Always text me.
Yeah, you can text me on WhatsApp.
Okay.
Yeah, I have an automated reply, and then I will get back to you guys.
Yes. Also, sometimes please be patient. He might have 100 texts in one day, 200 texts, 30 calls. So he will get. I know he gets back to me. And also, if anybody's having trouble passing the ASVAB, also my course information is in the description, and you can just text me. One of my assistants would send you a video and the information, and you can see if it works for you, if you need help passing the test. I always tell people, first go to recruiting office, get some orientation. They'll give you a pre-test. Depending on how you score, you know if you have to study or not. Miguel, I'm not taking more of your time. I really appreciate it. You've been great.
Thank you.
Take care.
All right.